Welcome guys to this wrapping video. And no, I don't mean like, you know, just busting a rhyme or anything. I mean like we're gonna show you how to, well, my sister, this is the star of the show today, she's gonna show you how to wrap a Christmas gift. For those of you who don't know, she's gonna do a quick tutorial on how to wrap a gift. So sis, where did you learn how to wrap a gift? Tell us, please.
Well, I like arts and craft. So,
yeah, she's very artsy.
So
she's an elementary school teacher. Go ahead.
So I don't know. I think I've always learned like a self-taught, but then I perfected the art, if you will. I worked at Bloomingdale's at the customer service department, and it was amazing because they had everything there, all the paper you needed, all the ribbon. So I guess that's where I perfected it.
It was fun for you to wrap the gifts.
I love it.
Right?
So I bring on the gifts. I'll wrap them all for everybody.
Yeah, she's really good at doing that. I give her my gifts to wrap, except the gift for her. But most of the time, I just put it in a bag because it's easy. But putting it in a bag, besides the bag being expensive, I feel like unwrapping a gift, it's more of an experience than taking something out of a bag, you know? So that's why we're doing this video, to show you how to wrap a gift. And this is what we're going to be wrapping, this size box. So let's go ahead and start with the video, right?
Sure. Okay. So which one do you want, sis? Does it matter?
Doesn't matter, whichever one you want to do.
We'll take this one? All right. So, when I wrap, I usually like to,
just throw it on the floor.
I'll put it over there. Usually, like to save as much paper as I can, especially if, you know, you have a lot of gifts to wrap. So one of the things I usually do is try to measure it, okay? So I'll measure it if it's better. Like for example, if I'm able to wrap the gift this way without needing more paper, like this one, I know I can measure it. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see here. Like if I go from here, right, and I were to turn this over, will the paper go all around the box? And if the answer is yes, then I'll wrap it like this. If the answer is no, then obviously I need a little bit more paper, and then I would probably bring it over like this to kind of measure and see. But like this is what I was saying. You see here, if I were to wrap it like this, you're gonna have all this paper left over. So I like to save paper, okay? So making sure that you have enough paper to fit here. Okay, so can you see here? All right, so just go, so whatever.
Halfway through the box? Or?
Halfway through the box, because you don't want to have too much paper left over, right? But there's a way of fixing that if that's the case. So whatever amount here, and pretty much the same amount on the other side. Again, just kind of calculating. I don't measure except this way. So more or less like around here. And then just, you got to be a little bit careful with this one because, you know, you want to make sure that on the other side it's pretty tight. Okay, so that's how far the paper is going to go, so it's lined up to a corner. You hold it there and you bring this other side up. That way this is on the inside. And you put a little piece of tape right there. Okay, and now you bring this one over. Again, here this way. Okay, so if you look, and if we did it right, it's like it lines up perfectly. You see? Right? So here, I mean, you can use just a little bit of tape on this side and one more piece right at the edge over here. So there you go. Got it? Okay. So now what I do is on one, it doesn't matter which side, all right, I fold the paper down, and the box itself kind of helps you make the shape you want. Okay, so you fold it down one, and then you bring it in this way, right, and then the other side. And it's okay right now if this is not perfect. because what you want to do is turn the paper or turn the box to one of the sides so that it's easier. Now I can already tell that this side is going to be too big. It doesn't really matter where I cut it. I'm just gonna, you just want to cut a little bit of extra, the extra that you have, and it's easier to cut it this way. So, all right. So now, again, we're gonna bend it this way, right? And we want to make it fit like this, right? And now we turn it over. So then there you go. I don't know if you're able to see. It fit perfect. Okay. So now you get a piece of tape, right? And you put it right there. So that's one way. And obviously, let me see, put a little bit more tape on that side so it can stay together, and then on this side. The tape, it depends on you. Obviously, the less tape you use, the better, right? But that's one way of doing it. And then we're going to turn it to the other side, and I'm going to open it again. Now, remember the other one was I bent one side, and then I bent the other side over, right? I went like this. And then, so it came out to be something similar to this, right? Maybe that's not what I want to do to this side. Maybe I want to, or a different way, I guess you should say. You can wrap it as fold it down the flap this way once, and then you fold one side in. Always try so that the paper is really tight. That's one of the key things of wrapping. And if you're not like really good at like keeping it tight, maybe one of the things you want to do is take a piece of tape and just put it here. Right? Once the tape is there, then you fold the other side, okay, like this. It's helpful when you bend the flaps back, so it kind of keeps it straight. And then you can fold it this way like that. Now, if you can see, I have a little piece of paper left over, so what you want to do is just bend it backwards, and there you go. Right? So it depends, however, you know, whichever way. I can do both ends like this or the other way but for this tutorial, we're just going to leave it like that. So you can bend it, you can fold it that way, or you can fold it that way. Okay? And there you go. There's your present. Here, if you want to make it look more elegant, you would tie a bow around it, which we can make another tutorial to know how to, tie the bow. Or you can get one of those that are already pre-made, stick it on, and then voila, there you go.
So that's how we wrap a gift, and we wrap the video. Thanks, Jesse, for the video.
And this is all we have
wasted.
Yep.
Well, not even. You could even use this to make a little bow, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you're